What's going on? My name is Justin Estes. This is the Untitled Coaching Podcast. And today we are talking to you, the gym member, the client, the person that keeps us in business and allows us to do the thing that we love, and that's coach. Wanted to talk about a little something called burnout. It's summertime right now. If you're listening to this and it's not summertime, cool. Right now in Dallas, it's over 100 degrees. It's rough. It's not fun. It's not fun to train in the afternoon. And unless you're like me and you kind of like the instant super sweaty session. But the idea of getting up and training for most of our clients right now, it's just a mental suck. Summer's been long. School's about to start. Even if you don't have kids, just that August around the corner, that it's just coming for you. And it's already been a long year, even though we're on the back half, and people can start feeling burnt out. What do we do when we get to burnout? We cry and we eat chips and we pour a glass of wine and we watch Love is Blind. Or we fall back on our goals. We fall back on the things that we've committed to. We rely on our tribe. We rely on our friends. We rely on our family. And we just keep kind of chugging along. One of the things that we've been talking about recently in goal sessions with some of my athletes has been reassessing goals, reassessing where we're at, and asking ourselves the question, why do I keep doing this? And it's kind of funny. It's funny to hear people's reaction. And a lot of people are like, I don't know why I pay for this. And then they'll start laughing and they'll be like, actually, I do know why. And there's a really amazing YouTube video. Simon Sinek many years ago did a TED Talk, and he talked about start with why. And starting with why is huge. And I know that I think it's one of the highest viewed TED Talks of all time. So you've probably watched it. If you haven't, go watch it. It's so worth it. I used to actually watch it every Monday for like a year in a row. Just kind of like rehammering these points. But I ask my clients this, like, why do we even keep going? Like, what's the point? Jokingly, to get them to answer it kind of silly. And I do that for a purpose. Like, I do that because sometimes we can get caught in these dramatics. So it helps to get goofy with it. So I want you right now to take a deep breath. And I want you to ask yourself, why do I even try? And get as dramatic with it as you can. Like, why even try? What's the point? And then answer it as silly as you want to answer it. Get so down in the dumpies with it, but do it in a silly way. I don't know why I even work out anymore. I should just be a couch potato and watch TV all day, and that'll be fine. And you start to realize just kind of like how silly that is, because when you don't train or you don't take care of yourself, it's not even making it about training, but when you don't take care of yourself, that's essentially what you're resigning yourself to. You're getting in this place where you say, yeah, I'm gonna feel hopeless for a minute and I'm just gonna quit. And having the perspective of being a parent with young kids makes this like, I'm just not even going to try thing so much goofier. My son is in this phase where when things get hard, he gets frustrated and he wants to throw that thing across the room. And then we have a conversation about, hey, you can quit and lose, or you can try and still probably lose. But if you try and lose, you're going to learn something. So this, why do I even keep going? Honestly, it's just progress, and it's just part of life. And you're not guaranteed success just for showing up. Life is not the same as your 4-year-old's YMCA soccer league. You're not going to be guaranteed a trophy, but you're going to feel a hell of a lot better if you show up to class, if you eat more clean, if you go to sleep earlier, if you do something with your friends and be social rather than become a hermit for the weekend, if you speak more highly of yourself, if you journal, if you listen to a podcast and go for a walk, than you would if you just veg and sit on the couch and close the blinds and don't do anything all day. Summertime is weird. Wintertime is also weird. And we see this like roller coaster of emotions when it comes to the relationship with training. And it really helps when you have something to lean on. It really helps when you have something to just fall back on and say, yeah, this is the thing. Talked about it before, but I think having a really big goal is a beautiful thing. My goal is right now, it's to do the Hotter Than Hell 100 in Wichita Falls on August 23rd. By the time this podcast comes out, we'll probably be past that. But there have been so many days this summer just with schedules and all these things that I haven't wanted to do anything. And just even if I have like a 60-mile ride or a 50-mile ride and I only have an hour and a half, getting in, 20 miles or getting in whatever it is, that being better than not doing anything, I've felt so much better. And I want that for you. I want that for all of our clients. I see people come into the gym and they have this defeated face sometimes after the workout. Like, I didn't get what I wanted to get on that workout. Or we'll check in with their goals and I say, how have you been with getting your protein in? Or how have you been with your sleep? Or whatever it may be. And if they didn't get exactly what they wanted to get, they look defeated. And I'll be like, yeah, but the alternative was you didn't even try. You didn't even make a step towards it. And look, like, you got so close. Did we win? No. But you got so close, and now we learned. So it's the same conversation I have with my 5-year-old, but just on a higher level. And I'll make it about myself. I won't call any of my clients up, but let's make it about myself. I loved late night sweets. And I say loved because I don't really anymore. But I worked with my coach a while back and we just said, hey, let's go 2 weeks and let's not do like a late night little something. All right, let's try it. And at the end of 2 weeks, how'd you do? I went 10 out of 14 days. And I was so down. I was like, man, I don't even know why I did it on Saturday and Sunday. And the response was so gracious. It was like, yeah, dude, but it was 10 out of 14 days instead of 14 out of 14 days of eating like trash late at night. And I was like, dude, that's right. And now it's just not a thing. And so it's progress. And why are we going to kick ourselves in the teeth over progress? Because the alternative is nothing. The alternative is legit failure. So if you're down on yourself because you only trained once last week, yeah, but you trained last week. The alternative was don't train. If you're down on yourself because you didn't get in bed consistently all 5 days during the work week, but you did 3 days, yeah, but the alternative was so much more detrimental. And I'm not saying be okay with not hitting your goals. I'm saying learn. Why did you not train more than once last week? Well, I wanted to train at 5:30, but I had these evening things the night before. Okay, cool. Well, maybe we readjust the training schedule and see if that helps. Why did you not go to sleep on time every night? Well, I was really stressed out and thinking about X, Y, and Z. Okay, well, maybe we reassess our nighttime routine And maybe we need to talk to somebody about why you're stressed. What's stressing you out? And if you kind of catch my thought line here, my line of thought, we measure progress so we can continue to tweak the equation so that we continue to have growth. Man, what a quotable sentence that was. But we don't just get upset that it was 3 out of 5 times or 1 out of 7 times or whatever it was. We say, okay, that's what we got. Why was it there? What can I do differently for the next 2 weeks? If you're trying to change habits, it's going to take time. If you're trying to change things that you've been doing for years, it's going to take time. But the biggest thing that it's going to take grace. You need to give yourself grace. When I say give yourself grace, I don't mean you need to say, oh, well, that's just the way I am. You need to say, that's just the way I am right now. It's just the way that I'm thinking about this thing. That's just the way it is today. And you need to grow from it. Hold yourself accountable. Bring other people in the circle to hold you accountable. Get a coach if you don't already have one. And put your head down and let's go to work. It's going to be okay. You got this. We're going to take it day by day, rep by rep, and we're going to continue to get better. And the beautiful thing is, if we continue to see failure in that area, we might need to shift the goal completely. There's a lot of athletes out there that wanted to be professional basketball players and found out that they were more suited for baseball or football or whatever it may be. I mean, look at Allen Iverson. He was a quarterback in high school, and he's one of the greatest basketball players of all time. Now, he had a lot of success in football, but at some point, the goal needed to change. And that's fine. So maybe the goal doesn't need to be a 100-mile endurance run through the Alps. Maybe the goal needs to be a marathon in Dallas. Maybe the goal doesn't need to be power clean 405 pounds. Maybe the goal needs to be squat without pain. We're going to work on it. We're going to get there. And that's the beautiful thing about having a coach is you can do that together and you can have support and all those things. And if you are a client of mine, can't wait for us to have our next one-on-one. If you're not a client of mine, I would really love to hear how you're struggling and how we can help. And if you're not in the Dallas area, I would love to connect you with a gym or a coach in your area. And I know a few coaches that do complete remote stuff, but if you just so happen to be listening to this and you need a coach and you're feeling like you're on an island, I'm here to tell you there's so many people out here that we would love to help you. I know so many great people that would love to connect with you. I would love to connect with you. My email, it's justin@3qfitness.com. That's the number 3, the letter Q, fitness.com. And yeah, shoot me a message. Shoot me an email. Tell me how I can help. My name is Justin Estes. This is the Untitled Coaching Podcast, and I hope you have a wonderful time playing with the equation, chasing down your goals, and getting better. Let's do this. Peace.